Hi, I'm Lynn.
And I'm Leo. Welcome back to Yoga with Lynn and Leo.
And welcome to our sequence today. Our sequence is going to be for beginners, and it's finding your centre and working towards forward bends.
So we do have some equipment here. A chair, you don't need a yoga chair. Any kitchen chair or dining chair, as long as it's quite sturdy, will do. A yoga belt, and I'm just sitting on a couple of foam pads there. You can always use a rope or a tie, a couple of folded towels or blankets if you don't have any yoga equipment. And we are, sorry to interrupt, we are sneaking in one slightly more advanced pose into this sequence. So for those of you who are complete beginners, you can just repeat the boat pose that we do, Paripuna, navasana, rather than going on to the more advanced pose, but we'll give you that info when we come to it.
Alright, so hopefully you're on your mat. We have a little bit of preparation, so hopefully you've got your chair ready. And we're going to start with the chair. Now this is so important, this action and this preparation that we're going to practice now. Because this is, as we said, finding your centre. And in all four bends, we have to see that actually everything comes from finding that centre of direction. So when you're on the chair, you're going to come forward. So you may want to just look at the video first and just see this preparation. Take your hands to the floor or to maybe a foam pad or two if you're really stiff in the hips or in the thighs. You can see Leo's got her hands here. Now, what we're going to do is to place the hands, feet firmly down, and imagine that they are both glued to the floor. And then also the seat, wherever you're touching on your chair, you're glued. Now you have to go through mentally how you're going to stand up. So of course you're not going to stand up, but you have to find that centre of direction by trying to stand up. Everything is glued to the base. So this is really an important preparation to find, because then that really gives you a direction, not only just for your practicing in yoga, but also in your everyday living. So just practice this a couple of times, and ensure that you're glued to the floor. And you can see that Leo's trying to get up, but she's hitting the spine with the soft tissue fibre. So to think about the soft tissue fibres like a muslin cloth, so that they all have to really get nicely detangled and lifting to support the structure. And this is really key in your forward bend practice. Alright, so you're going to come away from the chair now, coming up. I'm going to sit in Dandasana. Now, Leo mentioned about the two pads. So if you know that you sit in a way that is a little bit difficult posture-wise with the lower back, so you can see here, Leo's showing, then place a couple of foam pads or a couple of cushions, but a firmer support is much better. Now when you sit in this position, you can see that Leo's moving and lengthening the skin fibres of the back of the thigh. And again, you have to see that you glue down with the seat and the back of the thighs. Take your hands to the sides of the hips and lift up. Now again, are you creating that action with the chair preparation? Yes. So you have to see that you are supporting your back spine when you come into any forward bend, because it has to be really nice and broad. So first thing, you get the legs really nice and straight, extending into the heels and bringing the toes towards you. And then we try to recreate that sense of lift that we got from the chair exercise. So the exercise that we did on the chair was like a kumasana action in a sense, which we will be, which we do have actually a tutorial. So see that you're keeping that lift through the centre of the body, and now we're going to take the arms up into Urdhva hastasana. So this is the challenge. You've got to keep those legs really strong, keep the centre of direction lifting up, exactly how we prepared on the chair, and then take the arms forward. And now take the arms up. Go on, extend all the way through the centre of the body, and As you lift even more to the fingertips, you've got to ground down even more into the legs. You've got to extend even more into the heels and spread the toes. Keep that action. And breathe at the same time. And then release it. So we're going to come into Paschimottanasana now, but modified version. As Leo said, you need a belt. So you're going to place the belt around. Now, using the belt will help you to maintain that lift and extension through the centre of the body. So pull on the belt and see that you find it's almost like a little bite at the base of the abdomen and then go up through the centre of the spine. So not only does this help you with your everyday posture, but also it creates a platform for strength. So go on extending all the way through the centre of the body, all the way up to the chest, broaden the upper chest region and be in this action and breathe. That's hard enough. So when you come a little bit further forward, be careful, be mindful, because what we tend to do in yoga is to keep rolling out the movement, but actually we have to see that we pause for a few moments and find our centre, and then we can move from there. That really is how you balance the scouts. You have to see that you have a strong stability to get extension. So we don't just keep stretching. So this is a really important thing when you're a beginner. Just if it's a little seed at this moment in time, just remember that actually there's quite a lot of strength involved in a forward bend action. So walk the hands a little bit further forward and don't get carried away with rolling out the movement. Just lifting up through the centre again. Imagine you're on that chair, you're going to go up through the front body. And as we talk about the standing poses, and Mr. Iyengar talks about how the front body moves to the back body, how it's almost like you've got a wall behind you in all those standing poses, then you've got to see that you support yourself so well in these forward actions, and then release. That's quite challenging, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it's hard work.
It's really hard work. So we're going to come for Paripuna navasana now. So this pose is boat pose. And a lot of people struggle with this action. So many do. I remember the first time I did this action, I think I sort of did a bit of a roly-poly all the way up. I thought it's no problem, so easy. But we have to remember where we started on the chair, and this will really help with this action.
And can I just say, if you do fall, you're going to fall backwards. So just make sure that your chair, your wall, whatever, is not behind you, because you don't want to bump your head. If you fall backwards, it's not a problem, just as long as you've not got anything behind you.
Okay, so extend again into the thighs and try to get that action that you were creating in your Paschimottanasana in the previous pose. So we're following on with this adjustment. And then take the hands back behind you. Yes. And now exactly this, you've got to feel the boat. You've got to feel the base. So feel the base of the boat right down at the groins, and then see, can you lift those legs up? And then just see, it's almost like they're being extended, and then lifting the arms. That's it. So see that it's almost as if you are creating that boat shape. You want to see that you draw back to the spine again, and then releasing down and coming into a seated position. A strong action, but so important. At first, it's quite difficult to get, but this centre of direction happens on quite a deep dimension. So we start off just getting the feel for it, and then gradually, as all yoga posture evolves, it will evolve on a deep level. Now, as Leo said, we're coming into a slightly more advanced pose, Ubhaya padangusthasana. So we're going to teach this in a similar way, but this time you're going to have the knees bent. So you're going to bend the legs and catch hold of the big toes with the 2 fingers and thumb. Now, you're not going to think about straightening the legs yet. Some of you may be quite familiar with this. you have to simply go back to your boat pose. And get that grounding. Now I just want you to lift the legs so the shin is actually level with the ceiling. So bring the shins up. Yeah, just be there. Just be there. Now go back to the action of the kumasana on the chair, the Paschimottanasana, and also the Paripuna navasana. And just see that it is from the lower knee to the foot that lifts up. Yes, it's that action. Oh, so such a strong pose. So if some of you are challenged by this, don't worry about the straight legs if you're quite new to this pose, because we did sneak this one in. So, and it may be quite challenging for some of you. But have a go and come back to it if it's a little bit difficult this time. And then releasing down. So quite often, I will just say, quite often to get the pose, people will just straighten their legs. We find this a lot at the centre without that connection. So the connection needs to come. So it's quite a strong action. So sitting in Dandasana. Okay, so we're going to finish our practice with Adho mukha svanasana, Adho mukha virasana. So we're just going to break the practice slightly to come into dog pose, dog facing down, and Adho mukha virasana. What's that? Bit of fluff. Okay. So pressing down with the palms. Now, we have a little bit more knowledge, so we have to remember that centre direction so much. Tuck the toes under and lift up. So yes, the legs do push back very strongly, but also don't forget that you still need to support the lower back, the spine, so you have to soften the groins and get a long length through the front of the body. Press down into the palms strongly and breathe. And then finally coming into Adho mukha virasana. Soften your knees, take your big toes together and reach back onto your heels. Just take a few breaths. So this is a really nice way to introduce some of the deeper aspects of the practice, the foundational aspects of forward bending. So we're going to come up out of Adho mukha virasana now. So if you're following us, then do come up into a hastasana action.
So if you are a little more advanced and you want some advice on kumasana, which was the chair pose that we did right at the very beginning, which in its classic version is a lot stronger than that, but has those same actions of that drawing back. So for the more advanced students, please do look up our tutorial. We put that out last week, I think, so that should be on the playlist if you go and have a look. So thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed finding your centre in these forward bends, and we look forward to seeing you again next time. Namaste.